You are now listening to the world-famous Gamer Boyz Podcast.
What's good, fam? It's your boy Jorge. Welcome to another episode of the Gamer Boyz Podcast. I got Hater Dave in the studio, filling in once again.
What's up, guys? Glad to be here. Sorry, Pilot Hero couldn't make it.
I traded
What did you say? You went to Disneyland?
Yeah, I traded one blonde guy for the other blonde guy.
Yeah.
So
now we're just interchangeable. No one's gonna know.
Yeah. I guess he's in Disneyland, just having a. I mean, I'm gonna have to have a talk with him. But dude, he must be rich as fuck.
Didn't you go to Disneyland not that long ago?
Yeah, they went like a few months ago, and this is their. I guess some people in his family got sick, so it wasn't fun.
Oh yeah,
understandable.
That sucks. So they had to do a redo.
It's a redo Disneyland trip. And I actually been looking to plan a trip for June-ish, maybe July. Dude, it's expensive. And Disneyland was the most expensive out of everything that I looked, kind of like here in the West Coast.
Disneyland is no joke.
Yeah.
I mean, the churros alone will cost you $500.
Yeah. So Pilot just going, his TikTok money is just stacked.
Yeah. He's making it rain.
Yeah. Well, shout out to Pilot Hero. Hope you're having fun, man.
Yeah, man. Hopefully you're enjoying it. Hopefully the family's doing good and no one's sick this time around.
Yeah, that's very true.
Yeah. That would be horrible.
Yeah.
He's got a couple of small guys.
Yeah, he has two little guys.
Yeah, this is the worst when they're sick too.
But what's going on with you? Anything new?
Nope, just getting through it. Pilot Hero's new hair is it's pretty slick, pretty bright. So that was cool. See him just change it up a little bit.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, so nothing big with me right now. Living life.
Okay. Yeah. Basically how it should be.
Got the kid on the... Well, we went golfing. I was going to say got the kid on the golf course, which I did. And then, we went golfing, actually, I think, last weekend.
Yeah, this past weekend.
Yeah, that was good.
Fun.
That was a good time.
It was windy.
9 holes is all you need. I don't know. Anymore, it's like, I can't spend 5 hours on a golf course.
Yeah. Crazy. You want to open this?
Yeah, I'm dying or I'm so thirsty.
Big shout out to our people over at Guayaki Yerba Mate. Thank you guys so much for keeping us hydrated on the show.
I'm like Slurp Junior.
I got what'd you got?
Yeah, I got the sparkling grapefruit ginger. This has actually got a little bit of sugar in it.
That has the less sugar.
It's good.
Yeah,
it's really good. It's not like a sparkling tea like the other one I was drinking, the ginger sage.
Yeah,
it's still sweet, but it's like super low calorie. So
yeah,
I'm down with that.
The skinny can, less calories, sparkling still, and then I got the original OG, the Revel Berry, more sugar, but this
pretty
is
tasty.
This is my drink.
Yeah.
So make sure you go over to guayaki.com, look at the store locator, enter your zip code, and you'll find any store around your area that carries the product. Also, you could check them out on Amazon. They got an Amazon store, and I believe you could buy some cases. And I actually just had a buddy hit me up, and they said they were in incline golfing up there, and on the way back, they're like, "Dude, I need a yerby," you know. Probably all dehydrated, and I wanted something cold. So I guess I ended up stopping at a store. I believe it was a store. And at the front of the store, they had a fridge full of these. And then in the bottom shelf of the fridge, they had cases. So he bought 2 mint cases.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So shout out to Guayaki and just being everywhere now. So, everyone else can enjoy this drink as well.
Oh, yeah.
And then also, big shout out to our guy over at Headshot Red Dot. Make sure you go to headshotreddot.com. The best first person shooter like assistance there is out there. So if you play any game that's first person shooter, make sure you get yourself a Headshot Red Dot over at headshotreddot.com, and it's definitely you're going to see a big change in your gameplay.
Yeah, I would say so. I use one, and one of the first things I realized, I don't know why I didn't notice this before, but it just kind of made it clear to me, since it's always on the screen, is that I'm always shooting at people's hips.
You're kind of looking down?
I'm always looking down. Yeah. I'm like, oh shit, let's bring that dot up. Let's run around with a dot up where people's heads are at. It'll help me out a lot. Yeah. So as the name implies, Headshot Red Dot.
Yeah, so make sure you go over, tell Steve the Gamer Boy sent you. Hopefully he gives you a little discount. I know he was ramping up his production of the devices. I believe they're around $30 to $40, under $50, pretty sure. So make sure you hit up headshotreddot.com.
Speaking of production, did you hear PS5? production.
I don't even want to hear it. But
World Star reported it. It's got to be true.
But tell me.
PS5 production is supposed to go up by 50%, and I think it said by the end of summer we should start seeing them on the shelves.
That's crazy because, I mean, it's going to be like a year or two. I don't even know when it came out, but...
Oh, yeah, they've been out for a while,
yeah,
but
people still can't get
if you want to buy one for $1,100, they're there for you.
It's unbelievable.
What's the normal retail price? Like $600?
$500.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So you can buy one right now for $1,100. I found them.
Yeah.
So
I bet you
they're
can.
probably used too.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
So it's crazy that, and you know, like I keep hearing like restocks, and then you go into the comments section of whatever website posted like, hey, restock at Walmart or restock at Amazon. Twitter usually is trending with a PS5 or something like that, and you go in the comments and everyone's like, dude, where was the restock? I couldn't get any. I was there.
No, we were just talking about it, and you said the same thing happened to you. Basically, like you went there, right? Restock. You got like there was one on the shelf.
Yeah, there was one on the shelf, and the guy in front of me was trying to buy both of them, and he's like, "Oh, are you gonna buy one?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Oh, I guess I'll leave it for you." And I'm all, "Come on now." But yeah, I just don't understand how they can't, and then they keep coming out with restock alerts, and then also this info that's like, hey, we're vamping up the production, but come summer we're still not gonna have any. So I don't. Yeah, that's just what I don't get.
I don't know. I don't understand a whole lot of what's going on right now. So yeah. I mean, I kind of got a little thumb on it, but I'm like, supply and demand it's all fucked up.
Yeah, I'm about to sell mine. Anyone wants to buy it? $1,200.
Yeah, sell it now. Buy another one in 4 months.
Yeah.
Tasty.
Nice and cold.
What else is going on? You got some news for us? I got something I can throw out there.
I do. I got how to claim Pokemon Go Prime Gaming rewards. So starting today, Prime Gaming, which is Amazon Prime, and Twitch and everything like that, teamed up with Pokemon and the Pokemon Go game. So basically they're releasing a little code that you can get certain things like 30 Pokeballs, 5 max revives, and like star pieces every single month till further notice, basically, I think. So basically, if you have a Amazon Prime account and then you're on Twitch, you can go over to the Twitch, you could go over to the bell, and then brings you the drop down menu. So I mean, obviously if you're on there, you already know all this stuff, but basically go there and then you can go to where it says Pokemon Go, claim the reward, and it's going to give you a code, and then off the code go over to your game on your cell phone, and then you type in the code. I did that earlier and I got the product easy. So
really?
Yeah.
So how does that normally work? Like with the Pokeballs, do you usually have to buy those?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Gotcha.
Yeah, so Pokemon Go, Niantic, they've been pretty good lately with like giving us certain things. Every day you get like this little bundle, but it's usually like 2 or 3 balls, nothing special.
Okay.
But there was like a glitch, and I'm not sure if it was a glitch or I think it was a glitch because everyone that I know that plays it weren't getting it, and I was. So basically what it was is you open it up in the morning and it had like 3 Pokeballs and then like a potion or something. That's it. Mm-hmm. So I wouldn't claim it. And then I would shut down my game and then reopen it after like 5 p.m. And then all of a sudden it'd give me like a shitload of stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I don't know. It wasn't working for other people, but for me it did work. And I know a lot of people were posting it on Twitter saying like, dude, look at this. And so it was like a glitch in the game. But the game itself does give you certain items for free here or there.
Right.
Especially if you go out and about and you spin Pokestops, you get certain things and stuff like that. But this is just another way to give to the players, so you don't have to necessarily spend your own money. So I think like the cheapest bundle is like $4.99 to get coins, and that doesn't really get you many coins.
Okay.
And then it goes
typical convert to coins and then buy whatever you want. Okay.
So $4.99, $9.99, and then the 20, and then the best for bang for your buck is basically the $20 package. That's going to give you a shitload of coins, so you can buy a lot of different packages that have like balls and incense and stuff like that.
Right. So okay.
Yeah, but this is a new partnership, Pokemon Go with Prime Gaming. So make sure you go on there if you have that every month. So this is going to renew on June 2nd. So June 2nd, make sure you go over there and check it out and then see what new items you get for free. And I believe this is only like a one-time code. So, you know, I have my kid, so I can't like use that same code. So maybe next month, once I get the code, I'll give it to my kid so he can redeem it and get something for free. Okay. You know, and then, but also staying on that topic real quick. This is something that we talked about on the podcast a long time ago, and it's a no-brainer, and I don't understand what took so long. Or maybe they listen to the podcast like I know they do, and they heard that segment and they're like, all right, now we got to do it. But basically, their community day is this weekend. It's a Lowland Geodude, but you could buy like the ticket for that event, which is $1 or something like that. Mm-hmm. You could buy it and gift it to someone in your friends list now.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
I always said that was a cool thing. So because like my little kid plays Pokemon Go, not much, but he plays it. But he plays it on a phone that's like Wi-Fi only.
Okay.
Like my wife's old phone.
Right.
So he only has Wi-Fi on it. So obviously he doesn't have like a credit card or anything like that attached to his account. So he can't get anything like that. You know?
Right.
Or we would have to go in there, type in the credit card number and do all that stuff, which is like, for what? But now I could actually buy a pass on my phone and then send it to him as a gift.
Nice.
And that way he's not buying anything that he's not supposed to.
Right.
But he can get that stuff. So I think that's a big advancement for the game because a lot of kids play the game.
Yeah.
You know?
No, that's pretty cool. This is his phone. Is that like an iPod Touch?
No.
Or is it an actual phone?
Yeah, it's our
just
old
not
Galaxy
activated
phone.
or something.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, it was all cracked, so they wouldn't take or give us any money for it or whatever. Yeah. So we just kept it and gave it to him, and he just Wi-Fi only. Or like we have a hotspot on our phone, so if he's in the car, he can still use it. But my older son, he has an iPhone, so obviously I don't put like credit card stuff on his phone, even though like his is like a normal phone. Mm-hmm. So he can't buy anything or mistakenly buy something.
Right. Yeah, so, I just got a $50 refund from Apple yesterday.
There you go.
I was like, I wasn't playing Minions. What the fuck?
Yeah.
And then you sure as shit, I call my wife and I'm like, what's the little guy doing right now? He's watching Apple TV. I'm like, you better go check on him. I'm pretty sure he just bought $50 worth of Minion coins. And there you go.
Yeah. So I think that's a big step right there. So you could just give someone, especially like your kids, because your kids don't have that ability, they shouldn't at least,
right? Or
you'll get charged like you did.
Yeah, I mean, just click away.
It is, yeah. I know on your show, the Two Dumb Hunks, your podcast, you usually start your show with like a word.
Yeah, word of the day.
Yeah, word of the day. I have one for you, so don't look at the screen.
Okay.
But it's not a word.
Okay.
But I want you to see if you understand what it is.
Okay.
And it's what does IYKYK mean?
If you know, you know.
See, it must be because his podcast. So make sure you go over to his podcast and check it out.
Yeah,
I didn't even know what that meant. So I was
I put it together, and I know there's like this saying in the diet world, if it fits your macros, which they use that with like the same kind of thing. Uh-huh. If it something whatever, and so I kind of knew where it was headed already. As soon as you put, I was like, okay, how does that work? Yeah. If you know, you know.
Yeah. So I guess that's like
I've never used that, never seen it other than what you just said though.
So that's a big one on TikTok, and I've actually seen it, but then I've never seen it where like someone, or like even like a hashtag, where someone says what it is. Mm-hmm. So when I saw this article, I was like, all right, I got to look into it to see what it actually means. And it's if you know, it's then you know.
But those are the best though. When you see a movie or something and it says that, and and you're like, it's like a little reward. You're like, oh, fuck yeah, I know.
For being on top of things.
Yeah.
But I thought that was just a little funny one because you guys do the word of the day. So this is the.
Yeah, it's funny you bring that up. I think I'm going to discontinue it.
The word of the day?
Yeah, because we kind of stopped using it. Like we were originally, I brought it on as kind of like a way to try to be a little bit more creative, like try to make us think about how to apply that word into our conversation. And then we just stopped using it. And I'm like, all right.
Well, because you were using like
1800 Victorian
words.
Slang. Yeah, I was doing like insults from the 1800s, like gib face.
Yeah, you're not really going to say that in your podcast much.
Well, I mean, we got some out there in the Hollywood era right now.
You could have said the IYK.
I know. If you know, you know.
If you know, you know. Well, if you know, you know. Borderlands 3 is free on the Epic Game Store.
So Epic is Fortnite.
Yeah, it's the
Like parent company or developer or something.
yeah, the owner of Fortnite, the developer.
So
yeah.
it's free?
Yeah.
So you can get that on pretty much any platform then?
So if you have an Epic account, you have to have anyone with a free Epic Games account can claim Borderlands 3, and once it's in your library, you have it forever.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. And there was not a leak, but I think we covered this, and we were saying that Epic was coming out with 4 mystery games, and usually when they say something like along those lines, like mystery games are going to be super big games.
Right.
So this is one of them. This is a huge game. So Borderlands 3. So you can only imagine what maybe the other 3 games that they're going to
Yeah,
be
because that was a
dropping
pretty
this year.
big franchise, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yep.
that's awesome.
So make sure you go over and get that if you have an Epic account, which most people do if they play Fortnite. I thought this was really cool. 100 Thieves, Pilot Hero's like mentors and his favorite, 100 Thieves. So Nate Shot, they came out with a video announcing that they're working on a video game. So Nate
really?
Shot and 100
Valkyrie?
Thieves. Yeah,
Like she's
Valkyrie.
kind of like, is she like part owner now?
Part owner, yeah.
Okay.
So 100 Thieves are going to come out with a video game, so they're going to be working on it. They are naming it right now Project X,
Right.
which is kind of lame because there's that movie Project X.
Yeah.
Project X, but they're saying that they're going to come out. They're developing a game. They're going to come out, and it's going to be basically they're taking input from the community. So the community is going to have a big input on this game and how they make it. So it's going to be like the players' game, because they basically made it. You know what I mean?
It's going to be so good when all the players bitch about the game.
Yeah.
Because it's like people always bitch about whatever.
Yeah.
And then even when they design it, they're going to bitch about it. They're going to be like, oh,
Yeah.
well, they didn't. And it's like, we didn't say that.
Yeah. And I think that's like a good point. It's very humbling because it's like I've said it on our show before, but it goes along with like a lot of things, like how, and I'll just like reference like the political, like way we are right now. Like a lot of people do complain about politics and everything.
Right.
And then it's like, well, how about you become the governor, or you like run for governor, and you know, stuff like that, the mayor of Carson City, whatever it may be. It's a lot harder than you think.
Yeah.
And then once you're there, it's probably like all your ideas you had going into it, it probably doesn't work out that way. So
Yeah, hindsight's 2020.
yeah, so these guys are going in with like, hey, you know, you guys are going to give us input. We're going to listen to all you guys. We're going to make the best game for players, by players, basically. And then at the end of the day, when they drop it, and then everyone's like, dude, what's going on here? Or like whatever, they're going to be like, dude, what the heck? And it's like, it's a lot harder than you think. That's why these studios and the people, the studios that make the games, they're good at what they do.
Right.
You know, and
Right.
a lot of times they know what they're doing, or they have reasoning behind what they do. So even though we look at it and we're like, dude, how can you can't fix this?
Right.
It's like, you know, I'm sure they know what they're doing, but like, you know, when you get frustrated as a player, it's easy just to bitch.
So any kind of clues as to what kind of first person shooter? Is it going to be open world?
No, so they haven't said that. So that was like a big part of the article, saying like, you know, is it going to be a first person shooter?
Yeah.
Because Nate Shot talks about how his new love for Valorant right now, and then Halo, Modern Warfare 2, the Call of Duties, all those are like his, like what he grew up playing and just like his loves.
Yeah.
So, and then also like the president of 100 Thieves in the video was also talking about he's like a huge Halo player. Okay. You know, stuff like that. So it makes you wonder what they're going to do, but they didn't actually announce anything about that. They're just saying that right now, that's what they're planning from now into the future. And then also that is called Project X.
All right. Little vague.
Yeah.
But at least they're announcing that they're doing something. And that'd be awesome if they release like a competitor to Minecraft after all that shit.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's not a bad game to...
Right, but, you know, you'd expect something a little bit more, I think.
And with that, Dr. Disrespect, he has his, I guess his studio, which is called Midnight Society, when he's trying to develop a game and stuff. And he came out, or they came out with a tweet, which was actually pretty funny, taking a shot at him, saying, "New competition has entered the arena. Always nice to have someone to be better than."
That's funny.
Yeah.
But he's pretty good at trash talking.
Yeah.
Right? He's always about that.
He's a good trash talker. So that was I think that was a good tweet by them.
Yeah.
So, on May 14th, a gunman killed 10 people and wounded 3 others in what is called a racist attack at a Buffalo grocery store. Did you hear about that one?
Yep. Oh, yeah.
So I guess the suspect live streamed that attack through Twitch. I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah. So now the platform is being investigated by the New York Attorney General Office. And then also other platforms, including 4chan, 8chan, Discord, and unnamed others will be investigated for the role played to amplify the attack, is what they're calling it.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know. Okay, go ahead.
Well, so I guess this guy basically has been on these platforms, Discord,
Right.
Twitch, and kind of talking about the attack before the attack happened and like planning the attack, you know, and I don't know, like how, if anyone, whoever watched this stuff, how would you be like, that's cool. Like,
Right.
I mean, I know it's hard. Like, hey, some guy on Twitch, you call the police. What's the police going to do? And maybe people did that, but what's the police really going to do?
Well, once you finish a live stream, that's now a video you can go watch again,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So they'll have that available, and
Yeah.
I mean, I guess if that kind of shit's going on, then they should probably really look into that. Otherwise, I'm like, well, if that was just a one-off where he just did the live stream on that, it's like, how are they going to prevent that?
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's the thing. Like, how do you know someone, you know?
So I guess that's a big one way or the other on that one.
Yeah.
Did he talk about it previously and then just no one reported it, or, you know?
Or maybe it was reported, but it's just like kind of hard to like for your local, unless it's there in Buffalo where it happened, but your local, like, what's the Carson City Police Department going to do? They're just going to be like, okay, thanks for your call. And
Right.
maybe they'll look into it, maybe they won't, you know, so that's kind of tough. And then also, if you don't like, if it doesn't get out to the right authorities and they're stopped, so then this guy goes through it, how do you even know he's going to live stream it?
Right.
You know, and then once he's live streaming it, how do you know, like,
Well, that's what I mean. I guess if there was something other than just the live stream of him doing it at the time, then I could see a huge problem, right? But outside of that, if he just went live and then started like shooting up a supermarket, then it's like, well, how is anyone responsible for that?
yeah,
I don't know.
it's kind of hard.
Yeah. Other than him, obviously.
Yeah. And then we also know like a lot of the it's just algorithms. It's not really like people now.
Yeah.
You know, I know Joe Rogan he just posted a photo. I don't know if you saw that, of him and his dog, and it got deleted.
Oh, did it?
And it went against community guidelines on Instagram.
Uh-huh.
So I looked into it, and it was because basically, you know, he lives in Austin, Texas. There's a lot of animals there. So it's a photo of his golden retriever, and next to it there's a big tarantula, and I think it was dead. So he was just, I don't know what the caption said, but basically showing that the tarantula, I don't know if the dog killed it or whatever, but then, you know, Instagram's like, that's violent behavior being shown. But this is from the algorithm, not a human being looking at the post, you know? So
That's pretty wild.
so that's pretty hard to like
Which
really
you
know what's
know,
going on.
you know this as well as I do. It's weird because when you upload to YouTube, I mean, that shit, you have to do, like, if you want to upload a video that's an hour long, you have to do it the night before, and hopefully by morning it's done processing and checking your video for copyright infringement. It's like, so these, you know, it's like, well, how the hell does that take so long? But other people are like getting flagged right away.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well,
But
my uploads are a lot. You need fiber or something.
Yeah, I mean, maybe that
My
could be.
uploads take like 30 minutes.
Really? No, but I mean, once it's uploaded, that's not the issue. But it's like YouTube, the algorithm wants to check every little voice bit and this
No, it
and
checks
that.
out pretty quick.
Really?
The only thing
Mine's
that
taking
takes
forever.
The only thing that takes forever on mine is like it'll be uploaded, and then it's like converting it to HD. So like once it's
maybe that's why, I don't know.
Once it's uploaded,
Yeah.
You could go watch my video. You could watch this video right now on YouTube. Make sure you like, subscribe, and hit that bell. But it'll be up there, and you'll click it, and you'll be like, dude, this video like quality is garbage. But then like 2 hours later, it's all HD.
Oh, okay. All right.
So the HD processing takes forever, like on a large video like that.
All right.
Yeah. What else we got? Call of Duty. Speaking of free things, Call of Duty Vanguard free week starts May 18th. So you can go on there and play the multiplayer Vanguard, and then all the maps and everything that are going on right now. So that's cool. You know, they're just trying to get people. I mean, the game's been out. Looking forward to the new one coming out later this year. So
right.
I'm not gonna buy Vanguard if I haven't already.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much.
Like, thank you for giving me a chance to go on there and play multiplayer and for free.
Yeah,
but that's not gonna make.
But
me
at this point, yeah, I'm just. If I was playing, it'd probably pretty much always just be Battle Royale.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I play Battle Royale,
and that's free, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I was like, I don't ever remember buying one of those maps.
No, right.
It's kind of a Fortnite parallel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just that's what they do. They drop the multiplayer, the game, and sometimes they put restrictions on it and stuff like that. But then this one's unrestricted. You'll play all the maps and everything. And I think it's just in hopes for people buying the game. But it's like, you know, Warzone is what I play, and then also I'll be buying the new game at the end of the year.
Yeah, Vanguard's been out for what, a year and a half or so?
Almost a year.
Okay.
It came out in November.
All right. Yeah.
So.
Well.
All right. So before we...
Hey, did you hear about Amazon taking a huge hit on their stock prices and stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Did you guys talk about that?
No.
So I guess last quarter they took I don't remember the exact number. It was like close to a $4 billion loss compared to their projected revenue. And almost immediately after that, they announced they're closing. I didn't know they owned Whole Foods.
Oh, yeah. I heard it on your show.
Okay, yeah. So they owned Whole Foods. They're closing 6 of those locations, which some of them already happened, which is crazy to me.
Yeah, but how many Whole Foods are there?
Well, there's one in Reno, so you figure every big city's got one, right?
Yeah, so Reno's 6 is not much.
Well, I mean, I don't know. Maybe there's only 12. I don't know.
Maybe it's a West Coast thing.
But I think, no, because some of them were in Chicago.
Oh, okay.
That they were closing. And I don't know, it was just surprising to me because Whole Foods is kind of like the staple of where everything's been headed, more organic and like, you know, nutrient-filled foods and stuff. And then they're not making it. It's like, that's like a red flag.
Yeah. But Whole Foods is big. But you go to Trader Joe's.
Right.
And I don't know, like, exactly if a lot of places have Trader Joe's. In our city, we do, and that place is always packed.
Yeah.
So...
But yeah, there's probably a lot less overhead over there. You know, they don't build their own buildings. They're just like a much smaller, like... Yeah,
they're not like cooking like food that you can go at lunchtime and get food.
Right.
So, yeah, I don't know.
I didn't realize they were owned by Amazon until very recently.
Dude. Prime Gaming. They own it all. They own it all, man. Fucking Crooked Eye Bezos is what I call him.
Fucked up. And the government just gave him $10 billion to build fucking lunar landing vehicles, I guess. Did you hear about that?
Yeah.
That's nuts, too. Like,
I mean, it is weird that they gave it to him when they probably have the technology to do it themselves.
Well, I mean, you figure that a private company could do it cheaper than the government, but still, I don't understand why Bezos was that. I don't know. Maybe it's because his rockets look like cocks. I'm not sure.
He had the best price point, man.
Yeah. Maybe. I don't know.
Elon was probably like, I need 15 at least.
Yeah.
Bezos, hey, 10. I'm good with 10.
Yeah, we'll do 10.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think this episode is just going to be the sale episode because I got a ton of sales right now over.
Hold on 1 sec.
Oh, another one?
Yeah, another one.
When'd you even get up and get that? That was magic.
After drinking the first one, I'm like lightning now.
You're like the Flash.
Just you didn't see it happen.
Yeah. No, it's funny. For the people that don't know, audio-wise, you probably don't notice the difference, but then video-wise, you probably do see a cut here. But every 30 minutes, the camera shuts off, right. And that's like a typical thing for these type of cameras to overheat and stuff like that. So every 30 minutes, we got to make sure we turn it off or stop recording and then record again. So that's why there's always a little split at 30 minutes of this show.
Roger that.
And that's when you went and got that.
Pilot Hero or myself push re-record.
Actually, I have a producer that does that, okay?
Okay, all
right. But yeah, best deals over on the PS5 store right now. There's some pretty good ones. I'm going to read through some.
Question. So can you, I went and bought a PS5 game, I guess they would just release it as a PS4 game, but if I intended on buying a PS5, could I go buy the game and play it on my PS4 right now?
Not if it's a PS5 game.
Fuck.
But yeah.
Like, that's probably not great.
Yeah, so but that's the thing, that they're more expensive too. So, you know, the new like Call of Duty will come out for PS5. You're paying $70, and if you get the PS4 version, you're paying $60.
Right. Okay.
You know? And I think the PS4 is compatible with the PS5.
Okay. All right. Well,
so in a way,
that's
it's probably
comforting.
better to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you can also get Assassin's Creed for $12. Was $40.
Holy shit! What's the Ezio collection?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that probably just has a conglomerate of a bunch of games on it.
Yeah. BioShock Remastered, $10. We got Devil May Cry, the HD collection for $10. Was $30. Mega Man X Legacy collection for $10. Metro 2033 for $4. Resident Evil 3, that game is dope, for $16. Was $40. We got Sonic Colors Ultimate Digital Deluxe for $32. We got Twisted Metal Black for $5. Yeah, so make sure you go over to the PlayStation PS5 store and get yourself some of those games if you want.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. And then right when you thought it was done, it's not done.
Okay.
So here's some Nintendo Switch deals over on Amazon right now. And this is, like Pilot Hero always says, kind of unheard of because they don't really like to drop pricing on these games. But you could see, it's not that big of a difference.
It's
but
not like $12 for a $50 game. Like
exactly.
Yeah.
But it's better than paying full price. So The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening for $50, $10 off. The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword HD, $44. Luigi's Mansion 3 for $50.
Ooh, discount on an actual Mario game?
Yep.
That's pretty big.
Mario Golf Super Rush, $44.
That's a good one. Hey, if you haven't gotten that, that's one to get.
Yeah, and that one's pretty good. That one's $44 and it was $60.
If you got kids in the house, that's a good one.
Yeah, New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe, $44. Pokemon Brilliant Diamond or Shining Pearl for $40. Pokemon Legends of Arceus for $50. That's a brand new game, $10 off. And Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury for $50.
Did you get a copy of, I keep calling it Wii Sports because the Switch Sports?
No, I didn't.
Finally, they made a game that works as well as Wii Sports did. It is as good as Wii Sports is. I bought it. Me and the kids played it for like 3 hours the other night.
Nice.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I was like, fuck. Because I forget, I think we have Mario Sports or something on the Switch.
Yeah. Mario Golf?
Some other sports game.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what it was. I thought it was a Mario-based one.
What's new on there? Anything new or just like remastered?
Well, they call
basically?
it one called, they're kind of the same. They have tennis. They got like something that they call Jambra or something, which is basically like fencing. Bowling. They have soccer. That was interesting. I didn't actually play that one with the kids.
You put it on your foot?
Yeah, but I couldn't, I got the little guy who's 4 and then my other son who's 8. And I was like, we only had one strap. So I was like, the other option I think was to connect both of the controllers. So it wasn't quite like a normal Switch sports game or Wii sports game. What else did they have? I don't remember what the other sports were, but they're badminton, which was kind of fun just because, I don't know.
Yeah, but it's pretty good.
Yeah, it's decent.
Nice.
It's decent. It's something I'll play with the kids probably pretty frequently.
Yeah, that's cool. I thought this was cool. It's a Jigsaw puzzle. So if you're into those kind of games, table games like that, you can get this unique Jigsaw puzzle, and it's $30. And it's the $2 million puzzle by Mischief. And basically, it's a barcode that you're completing.
Oh, geez.
So once you complete the whole puzzle, you take your phone, scan it, and then you're like entered for a chance to win
$2 million.
$2 million.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
How much does that cost?
It's $30.
$30. Okay. Yeah. Barcode. How many pieces is it? Does it say?
It's 500 pieces of a QR code.
Fuck.
So
it might be a little difficult.
So it's a little difficult. Yeah. And then also, like, if you're really into it, you can get 4 puzzles for $100.
Okay. Oh, so you can build 4
of them. Yeah, 4 of them, and then see what your luck is on 4.
Jeez. Okay.
But it says you know, it says the $2 million puzzle, but I don't think like only one person wins the 2 million.
Okay.
I think there's prizes, like a bunch of different prizes. So maybe you do one and then you win like $50.
Okay. So like maybe total purse is 2 million.
Total, I think, yeah, 2 million for sure. And then I think maybe grand prize might be like $1 million.
Yeah.
And then there's probably $1 million in smaller prizes. So
how hard do you think that's going to be?
I don't think it would be that hard, but I think it's like, it's just it's super clever.
Yeah.
Because like I kind of want to go and get one.
So is it like a barcode or a QR code?
It's a QR code.
Oh, fuck. That makes it super. Okay, that's going to be a hard puzzle.
I mean, yeah.
There's a QR code. They probably don't even give you the picture of what it looks like.
Hey, just do the border and you got it.
Yeah, okay.
You know?
All right, yeah.
But yeah, so just on challenge wise, and then also like just the fact that you can possibly win some money.
Right.
It only costs you $30, so maybe the least they'll give you is 30. I don't know.
I know, that's pretty cool though.
So yeah, so make sure you check that out if you're interested. $30. It's called the $2 million puzzle. I'm sure you can get it at Target or stores like that. And then let's get into this, because I know you talk about this kind of stuff on your podcast a lot, but well, maybe not this, but space and everything.
Yep.
They just had a hearing with the Pentagon or something like that about the UFO tapes.
Okay.
Do you know anything about that?
Kind of, yeah. I think they're just kind of releasing and opening up about the fact that there are several documented cases of like UFOs that they have no idea what they are. And a lot of it is like recounts of people that are in the armed forces, like in the Navy and shit, out in the open water, that are like, a bunch of people fucking saw something flying and they're like, what is that? And like weird things happening, stuff like that. But beyond that, I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I think if we had something, we would know.
Right.
I kind of like Joe Rogan's take on it the most. That he says there's probably stuff out there flying, but just the technology that we could possibly have that we don't even know that we have.
Right.
Like other countries or whatever. They might have drones out there that are just ridiculous.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's just like drones that do like surveillance, like spying on us, or we're spying on other people, whatever it may be. But maybe it's just stuff like that are being caught by these people out in, you know, the ocean and everything. Because that's kind of where they seem like to find it a lot more. But something like that, like he thinks that it's like for sure man-made technology.
Yeah.
That's just super advanced compared to like what we see now, like on airplanes or whatever. But to be like an actual alien ship, I don't think so.
Yeah. I don't know how I feel. So if you know a little bit about the universe, I'm going to go and say it's probably very likely there's other life forms out there, right? There's too much shit out there. However, if you look how big the universe is, our closest like star is, I don't know how many hundreds of thousands or millions of light years away. It's probably unlikely that they're visiting Earth.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think aliens, they have to exist. I mean, if you look at the vastness of everything going on, just the count of stars, let alone planets, there's got to be something else out there, right? But I doubt that they're like on planet Earth.
Yeah.
They're
just like us chilling where they live.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, no one's visiting anyone. If you're visiting us and you're that advanced, like what's so scary about us that you're like,
yeah,
we can't show ourselves.
They'd be like, oh, look at this mess.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. I'm not sure what to think of all that shit.
Yeah. It's crazy. Did you see that photo I sent you of a doorway, supposedly a Martian doorway found on Mars?
Yeah. You gotta love the comment section. So someone actually, I think, reposted another picture of that same area, just at a less cropped view, like it was earlier in the is it the Voyager? I don't remember what's on Mars right now, what the actual robot is out there. But another picture of it way farther back, and you can see that little spot, and they're like, it's just shadow play. Like, you know, I was like, oh, okay, all right, we're good.
Dude, speaking of that,
but it looked legit, like someone had actually cut into the fucking, like, if we call it granite, and made a doorway. Yeah. The picture they posted, I was like, And
it's like they just hope so bad.
Yeah, they're like, this is what's gonna send us.
Yeah. Speaking of like an optical illusion, I'll post it on here so you guys could see it. But did you see the one of the guy in about to enter a tunnel in Vegas?
No.
So there's this guy parked outside of a tunnel in Vegas. And like at first you don't know what he's talking about, but like it looks like there's this big shadow basically going around the corner. So two lanes, you know. And then he was just like freaking out, and there was a car coming, and he's like, "Oh shit!" And the car comes, and they saw what he saw, so they like kind of pulled over. And there's another car that comes, and they're like, "Oh," like thinking that they're gonna just drop into this like hole.
Right.
It was water. There's just water in the tunnel that made it look like there was just like this big gap.
So it was like kind of like shadow play or something. It was probably super bright outside and they couldn't.
No, it was like dark. It was dark outside.
Oh, really?
It was a little darker, I think.
Okay.
So just like the light inside the tunnel.
Oh, so they just thought like a fucking sinkhole happened.
A sinkhole was right there, and then people were just gonna drive in, and this guy drives in and like goes over it basically, and he's like, "Oh shit." So I don't smoke weed, but damn, I must be high. Like it was so funny.
Did you send that to me?
I think I did send it to you. That's
know.
why I'm
I don't
asking if you saw it. It was on Twitter.
I must have
It
missed
went
it.
viral on Twitter, so I'll post it for you guys to see.
That's just funny.
But it's pretty funny. It's pretty entertaining that this guy, it's like playful too. It wasn't like, it was just like he was just sitting there like, dude, someone really needs to like put some cones around this thing or whatever. And he's just kind of sitting there.
He's all filming, waiting for it.
But it's so funny, that he's
like, I don't want to see it, but I want to see it.
Yeah, he's so like concerned about it, but yet he's in his car filming it instead of like getting out, being like, yo, there's like pointing at it or something.
Yeah.
And then this car's really going for it, and he's like, oh shit. And then they drive past it, and they're like, oh, it was just water. So that was pretty funny.
So did the people, the oncomers, did they slow down to look at it before they went over it?
The first car did, but the second car just pinned it.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right. I was like, what if they just slowed down and been like, oh, I'm going to try it anyway, even though it looks like a hole in the ground.
And then actually go in it?
Yeah.
That'd be wild.
You heard some of those horror stories about the sinkholes and shit? Mm-hmm. Man, they're frightening. People just like getting swallowed in their bed. Like their whole
their house goes
caves
in.
Yeah. Oh, my God. That's pretty frightening.
Yeah. Hopefully that
extremely
doesn't happen
rare.
here.
So don't sweat it.
Yeah.
Not worth losing any sleep over.
Yeah. So what else you got going on, man?
Nothing. There's a couple pieces of news out there. Oh, there's this company called Synchron. Have you heard of this?
Yeah, they make like sinkholes for your house to go in.
No, yeah, Synchron. No, they're actually like a competitor to Neuralink, Elon Musk's company, and they actually have they're in the testing phase on human trials now. Cleared by the FDA to, I think they're like putting a chip in people's chest, and that has some kind of neuron link to their brain to where they're basically using a computer via Bluetooth in their brainwaves. So that's pretty cool.
That's wild.
That's pretty neat and advancement. I don't know that Neuralink is doing quite the same thing. I'm not sure what their goal is.
They're chips in the brain though, right?
That's what I thought. That's why I'm like, I'm not sure if this is the same thing, but this product is supposed to be like, I can send basically how I tell my fingers to move. I can tell the mouse to move on my computer, or I can just look at things and like, hey, click that button, click this button.
Oh, through Bluetooth?
Yeah. Just by using your brain.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. It's interesting just to see or to think about where this is headed, and like Elon Musk has been pretty open about the fact that he thinks that we're just gonna create a lot more bandwidth and shit in our brain in the long term using chips and whatnot. So that's kind of interesting to think about. To think that in a short period of time we could have basically superhumans that would make us look like horrible peasants.
Okay, so someone comes to you in 6 months and says, Dave.
I'm in.
Okay.
Don't you say no more. Is it Elon?
Well, it's one of these two guys.
I'm fucking in.
It's one of these two guys.
Like whatever you want.
So you would be one of the first trials, human trials?
Probably not.
No?
How much they paying me?
Just, you're going to be God.
No, I'll pass.
Like if it works, obviously you're a superhuman.
If it's a thing, I'm taking it.
Yeah, like if it's like on version 3.0?
Yeah.
You're doing it.
Firmware is good to go. I'm like, okay. Yeah, my wife and I have kind of talked about this, not like, hey, are you getting this? But she's like, but it's kind of one of those things where
she just wants to control you.
I know.
She can have the remote.
She's how do you turn this thing off? No, but I think it's one of those things where there's always a balance of, I hate to say good and evil, but there's hackers, right?
Yeah.
So if the good people aren't trying to get ahead of these things, the drawback, the hacker side of that is always going to be in the forefront. You know what I mean? Because if progress stops on one end, it's not going to stop on the other.
Yeah.
So I always think that there's a need to continue, even if we think like, oh, this is going to be horrible and whatever. It's like, well, we should probably know the technology and maximize it for our benefit.
Dude, on that note, like, because I've heard this conversation many times on other podcasts, and the first thing that pops into my mind is like telling my kids, hey, you guys need to learn how to be like the mechanics or the hackers or whatever for this technology, because by the time you guys are grown men, right, we might have this in like out in society already, maybe 2.0 or something like that. Right. And we're going to need those experts, and you guys could be these experts.
Well, yeah, it's like the need of things. It's like how everyone, like, as we were growing up, everyone's like, go to college. And now we're like short on electricians and plumbers. Yeah. It's like no one went to go become an electrician and plumber, but the ones that are killing it. Yeah. You know, so.
Yeah, so that's like the very first thing I think of when this conversation starts, because I'm like, dude, our kids can literally like study this and be like the first people involved into like that technology that's already being built, but like how to like make it better or how to make these things work. Right. But but put this in perspective though. So I heard on another podcast basically saying like, once this is out there and it actually works pretty well, who are the people that are going to have it? The ultra rich. Right. So like normal people like us, we wouldn't have the chance. So with that being said, they come to you and said, Dave, you can have it for free. We just want to put it on you to see if it's going to work well. Where are you doing it?
I'm in a clinical trial.
Yeah.
Probably not. I can't sacrifice. I mean, you know, I'm like, no. But I will say, if it was something, let's just say that showed, I don't know, some kind of benefit, a huge benefit, right? You seen the movie Limitless? Yeah. Let's just say that kind of benefit.
Someone needs to make that.
And let's say it costs $300,000. I'm fucking in.
For 300 or clinical trial?
$300,000, I'm in.
Okay.
I'm going to find a way to get it because I know the return on that will be exponential.
Yeah.
Right?
You could basically like just rob and kill everyone. And then once you get it.
What?
I'm just saying.
This took a turn.
Once you get it, then you're like so smart that you'll be able to defend yourself in court.
Yeah.
Beat the case.
I mean, maybe I'll be in the Matrix, like snap of the fingers.
That's true too.
Speaking of all that shit, whatever happened to like, I feel like the metaverse has kind of just dropped off. Right?
Actually,
is it the hype that's just kind of gone away a little bit or what?
The hype, I think, but I think Zuckerberg actually just came out, I believe a week or two ago with a video kind of showing certain things that like, it basically looked like Pokemon Go to me. Okay. So you have the glasses on and you can interact with like certain animals and stuff like that. Okay. So I didn't really look into it, but I know that was only like 2 weeks ago that video dropped. Right. So they're still definitely out there and getting involved with it. So we'll see.
Okay. Yeah. It's kind of like maybe it's because I was all pumped on it for a while and now I'm like, well, it's got a long way to go.
I think it's definitely too early. I think the big push for it was because, you know, the pandemic. Right. All of a sudden, NFTs are huge. Cryptocurrency is huge.
Well, and they were huge.
Oh, I don't even want to talk about that. And then I think Zuckerberg was kind of like, I want to be one of the first into Meta. When they already
it makes sense because I think the pandemic. Sorry, fuck.
The pandemic.
I could use some Neuralink right now. Yeah. I think the pandemic accelerated a lot of shit that we were headed towards. It was just like immediate, like, oh, well, let's adapt. You know.
Yeah, because people thought.
I mean, there's still huge companies that still haven't gone back to work.
Yeah.
Like, at least
that
in
kind
the
of blows
office.
my mind.
Yeah.
It's like, come on now.
Yeah. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah. Well, not to like end that conversation short, but like just to like end it real fast. Yeah, I think it was just like too early. Mm-hmm. They wanted to be one of the first people out there, especially with the Oculus, everything they had, that technology already. So it's kind of like a no-brainer to be like, we're the leading people in like visual Oculus type deal stuff. So we're going to build this, you know, and everyone was like, oh yeah, Facebook and Mark Zuckerberg, Meta now, you know, it's going to be cool, but it's a little too early because people now are like back to like normal life. And they're like, I mean, if it's good, it's good. If it's not, I don't really care.
So I wonder how much of that is just purely based on the fact that generations growing up much younger than you and I are gonna like be consumed by that. Like I wonder if that's more of the target, because like people growing up, like Facebook was like big for us in high school, and
but it has to be good though,
right?
Because the generation that you're talking about is growing up into like technology, and they're probably like they expect everything to be good because we've grown up with the technology
as it grows. Right?
Yeah, as it grows, and we're like, damn, that it gets better and better, and they're like coming into it as it's like we're already like, damn, this is the best.
It's like perfected.
Yeah. So if Meta can't make the metaverse like good, the kids are not gonna care. Okay,
yeah, that's fair. I think that's a pretty legit stance on that.
But then going now to what you were just saying, how people are still working from home and all that, it just blows me away because like, in our area we've been open for a while and everything, just like being out, the weather's just amazing right now. It just makes me want to be out more, like I talked to you about this weekend. Yeah. Possibly doing stuff, and it's like it kind of blows my mind, and like and then also too, like it's just making me want to do more things out. Right. And I don't know if that's like your sentiment too.
It's been windy as fuck the last couple of months. It's like we don't normally get that kind of wind.
Well, and snowing. Yeah. And everything.
It's like kind of late in the year for that.
But just like being cooped up that whole time, and even last year we were out doing stuff, but it wasn't the same. Yeah. Because we still had to wear masks, and there's still a little scare. People are getting COVID still, but it's not as like dangerous. I don't think it's a little bit less.
Yeah, you don't see too much news coverage on it as much anyway.
So like, it's out there. So I'm not saying it's not, but at the same time, I think it's not like as hard hitting as it was before. Right. But with that being said, like it's made me want to just like, because like I said, I'm planning a trip, a vacation sometime in June or July. But it's like, I want to just take advantage of just going out, having fun with the boys, with the family and stuff like that. Has it made you like that too, or is that just me? Or I wonder if that's like a big part, a group of here in the United States or just around the world, like finally. And it's not like, I don't really feel like it's finally, but it, like part of me is just like, I just want to, and I kind of like make it, I think it's due to that we were like cooped up. I mean, so I don't really have like a reasoning why, but it makes me want to. Right. But like, if I sit down and think about it, I'm like, it's probably because we have been cooped up and we haven't really traveled.
Yeah, maybe just the anticipation's kind of building because like we haven't been able to travel. I mean, fuck, I bought plane tickets to go to Pennsylvania here in a couple weeks. Southwest, my wanna get away flights. I went the cheap shits, still cost me $3,000 for like 5 of us. I was like, fuck. And then shortly, like this is months ago, I bought the tickets, and up to the date, they've changed both plane flights time. I was like, I want to be kind of comfortable. I don't want to have to leave at like 5 a.m. and shit. So we'll leave, we'll take that 9 o'clock flight. They've changed that to 5 a.m. Damn. The flight home, I was leaving at 5 p.m. Oh, your flight's been changed. I'm now leaving at 5 a.m. that same day. I'm like, if you want to change this, you can just go online and do this. Okay, I want to move it to 5 a.m. the next day so I still get that day like I originally planned. Oh, well, we don't have any more want to get away seats for that. Yeah. Which they don't, all they have is normal fucking seats. Yeah. So in other words, what you're telling me is you just want me to spend more to get on that plane. Yeah. I was like, this is bullshit. So I'm kind of sorry. Obviously, I'm a little pissed off about that one.
No, right. With, you have
but
a
it's
right.
Like, it's like the plane, literally the seats don't change no matter what tickets I buy from Southwest. Yeah. So tell me why I can't get on the one. You guys fucking decided to change the plans. Why can't you work around it? But back to what you said. Did we go to Mammoth last year?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I think COVID's kind of crept in my brain a little bit because I never got it that I know of. But the last 2 or 3 years have been kind of compressed into a weird time for me. Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying.
So I've been kind of living like COVID doesn't exist because I'm just like, well, what the fuck are we gonna do? I'm not staying in the house all the time. Yeah.
But like me now, it's like that's what I'm saying. Like I feel like I just want to adventure more, do a lot more stuff with the boys and everything. And I think it's part because of that. But then that also makes me think like if everyone else kind of has that same mentality, this whole like metaverse shit, NFTs, crypto, all that, like where people were stuck at home and that's all that you're doing, all you're listening to, that's done. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I think that's kind of my point to this because I'd rather be out enjoying something new instead of being on my phone or on the computer. Right. So it might not be so good for that type of stuff.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree. I think there's a lot of like kind of pressure to a lot of people's just internal wants to just be like, let's get the fuck out of here for a little bit. So,
yeah. And I'll tell you what, I mean, you already said it, but little flights, how people were like, oh yeah, $200. Yeah, they ain't that no more.
No way. They got to make up that money now.
Yeah.
I'm feeling it.
But they're really screwing your times, like you're saying.
Yeah.
I've heard many people talk about this. Like they've missed like gigs at other, states because they were going to fly there. And then all of a sudden they're like, oh, your flight's been delayed. And then they're like, well, I need to get to this place at a certain time. It can't be delayed. So then they look at other flights and they're like outrageous prices.
Yeah.
And then
it's like
they might get that, lose that ticket. And then that flight gets delayed, and it's like, dude,
Jesus.
So I don't know what the airlines are doing right now, but it's I'm just gonna drive everywhere.
Yeah, that might be the way to do it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll tell you what, I am not a fan of flying right now. I'm just like, okay, I'm done. I talked to my wife because we're supposed to go to my niece's graduation, and that's why we're flying back there. And my nephew graduates next year, and I'm like, how do we flip the bill for another $5,000?
Hey, at least there's only two of them.
Oh, yeah, but you know what I mean? By the time you're done, rental car and all that shit, you're talking $5,000. I'm like, it's just a high school graduation.
Yeah, and that's what sucks because you guys could be going to like Cancun, you and your wife, leaving the boys here with your mom, just having a good like weekend retreat.
It's
for
not
that
even
money.
about that. It's about like, inflation's happening and all this shit. And I'm like, damn, we're just throwing money out there like this, and it's like, okay, whatever. Yeah. But and then obviously the plane flights. Hey, are you speaking of Meta? Back to that. Have you followed up on Facebook's like they're getting rid of the podcast stuff?
No, I haven't heard anything about that.
So there's been a couple articles about it. They're like getting rid of podcasts on Facebook. But I haven't been able to find the details. That's why I asked. I figured maybe you would have them. Something about, I don't know if like you have a Facebook page for your podcast. Maybe that's not what they're talking about, but it sounded like
I have a Facebook page for the podcast, but
full like audio clips or something. Yeah, sounds like they're not going to carry them.
It's a business page that you make into your page, so I don't really know.
Okay, all right. Yeah, I didn't know the full details. I figured I'd bring it up.
Who knows? Who knows what Facebook is doing? Not doing well is what they're doing. Yeah,
I kind of feel like they might be drifting off here in a second if Zuckerberg doesn't figure it out between Meta and Facebook. But.
Well, speaking of drifting off, it's time that we drift off.
Great transition.
Yeah, thank you for that one.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for tuning in to the Gamer Boyz Podcast. Thank you, Dave, once again for coming in.
Always, guys. I'm always here.
Make sure you hit us up on our YouTube channel. That's right there. Subscribe. Also, all our social medias, just the Gamer Boyz with a Z. You'll find us everywhere: TikTok, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, everywhere. You can watch this video on Spotify and YouTube, and then our audio is on all major platforms that play audio for podcasts and stuff like that. So make sure you check us out. thegamerboyz.com. My name is Jorge. This is Dave. And until next time, game on.
Game on, guys.